Morning guys, Justin and Ash back again with another Take Me Higher chats as part of We Rise Consulting. Today we want to talk to you guys about mentors and the importance of having one or many mentors. Just?
Yeah, look, I think we both have talked about this on several occasions, and one of the things that struck me years ago was somebody said, you become the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. So pick those 5 people very carefully.
Yeah.
And for me, I think mentors are absolutely vital. I think if you haven't got them, you should go and seek them out. And I don't necessarily think those mentors have to be people that you have this official arrangement with. It's sometimes observing and just watching people and thinking, hey, you know what? I actually really like you.
Yeah. For me personally, I don't necessarily have a formal mentor. I've had some loose agreements with that in the past, but I don't think you need it. I look at people all the time. I look at you. I look at coaches, colleagues, and I take little bits from them that I think are valuable, whether it's values on their own or work ethic, all those sort of little nuances that I look at and go, that's something that I value in you and something that I would like to instill in my behavior. And then, I mean, everyone has their own, I guess, bad habits. So I let them just wash by. It's not something I want to take on. So take the good and just let the bad wash by. And hopefully you can every day just build a little bit better just from taking from others.
I love that. And I think you're right. You know, not everybody is perfect, right? And you'll pick different mentors for different things. Yeah. There's people that I've looked at that have been absolutely superb fathers. There's people that I've looked at and they've been really good at executing on business. Yeah. And, you know, the way they speak to people, the way their energy sort of fills a room. And I like to try and take the best bits of all of those people. And it's still acting with authenticity, right? So you're not copying people, but you're implementing some of those people into your personal playbook.
Yeah, that's right. And it's completely authentic because you obviously value, they're still your values. You're like, oh, that's a really good way of acting out that value potentially. Still 100% authentic. I look at a guy that I worked very closely with for a long time. And I look at as like, he was a colleague. We were the same rank through our military career. We pretty well progressed almost identically throughout. So when I suggest him as a mentor, they're like, well, he's not really a mentor because you were the same. But a mentor can come in all shapes and sizes, right?
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be someone who's a CEO of a company or someone who's very successful. It can be the person sitting next to you. It can be your child at sometimes. I've learned more than I can count on both hands from what I've learned from my son through the years. But the topic that I talk about, my colleague, I almost put into everything I do, and I look at something, whether it's, I've got a choice, do things the easy way or do things the hard way. We always say choose hard choices. For this one, it's what would Jace do? I know that the answer every time, if I said to Jace, what would you do? It would be do it the hard way because that's the right way generally. And it's something that I still look at, and I haven't even spoken to him for years now, but it's always, all right, what would Jace do?
Even as you're saying that, I'm like, I've got little goosebumps because I feel the same way, right? I've had 3 people that have made a massive impact in my life. One guy I went to university with who's now head of design for Hasbro toys, and he's gone off and done these amazing things. My uncle, my dad's brother, who is just this superb businessman, and somebody else who's just got this really strong work ethic. And I've gone into some really tough meetings and I pumped myself up before, and I pulled in their spirit guides to sort of say, right, you know, let's use a bit of those 3 people, and it grounds me. You know, I'm acting authentically, but I'm using a little bit of that strength from those mentors.
Yeah.
One thing that I was going to say earlier, but I forgot, was if you can't find those 5 people around you and they're not in your immediate vicinity, actually, there's some great people. Like the world is much smaller nowadays. Like I love some mentors. Robert Greene wrote some books around 48 Laws of Power. Jocko Willink is somebody that you and I have talked about. And I also listen to a lot of these podcasts, and I cherry pick things that are really specific to me. And I love that because you are getting mentorship from the seat of power.
Yeah.
These people are giving you that free advice, and that advice would have sat behind closed doors many years ago. We would never have met some of these people.
Yeah, that's right. The world is our oyster now. The access to information and to how to conduct ourselves and what is the right thing to be doing, and those sort of how to be successful type things. There's a million stories, there's a million books, there's a million podcasts out there. Go and seek that information. Seek your mentors. As you said, cherry pick those bits and pieces from each individual. You don't have to be the Jocko Willink that gets up at 4:59 every day and take a photo of your watch. You don't have to be that person, but you may adopt to some other parts of his work ethic that suit you. So pick them.
Absolutely agree. Look, there's one final thing that we said we're going to talk about on this, and that's mentors for men and for women, right? So I think young men, especially nowadays, struggle for mentors. Guys that haven't got fathers or kids that are in the prison system, they don't really have those people that they can look up to. The other thing is there's some strong female mentors out there. And I think for women especially, it's, things changing so much in this world around sort of like, the role of women, feminism, just female leadership. I think it's vital to go and look up and research who you want to kind of aspire to and take some advice from those guys.
Yeah, I agree. The word mentor, even it seems to have some level of masculine sort of suggestion.
Rite of passage.
That's right. But I really believe that women, and younger women especially, should seek out strong female mentors, show them how to be strong women and strong leaders in today's society, because I think there's a lack of in both genders. So for what it's worth, Justin Ash's 2 bobs worth, go out and seek mentors and grow.
Completely agree. Yeah, awesome.